Okay, so turned out that was one of the 60-second ones and not 30-second ones.
I feel like I'm at church.
That's exactly what I thought at the end of that. That sounded like a church. Like it didn't at first, and then when we got to the end, I'm like,
Yeah,
100%
at the very
church.
end. I was like, that is church.
All right,
You're
so
at church.
episode 9, attempt number 10.
The amount of times I talked about Dora and Bob the Builder while we were trying to figure this out.
Oh boy. Button, you want to take a chill pill? I'm trying to record a podcast.
Yeah, calm down, Button. We finally figured this out, I think.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we are trying a new software. That's a big part of this issue.
We've been trying to do this for 25 minutes.
We did a perfect test. The free version only allowed 15 minutes. Everything was perfect. And then I'm like, all right, things went really well. I like it. I figured out how to get higher quality even without paying. And then I'm just like, all right, let's pay so we can do the full podcast on it. And then I even decided I found like I do the full video. We just have like a pip of Otto since he's not actually doing video until
Pip.
or if he uses video.
Maybe someday. Maybe once I get like a space set up.
Yeah. Well, even now I have a pretty awkward camera angle. I have good lighting sort of set up for now. I need to get better light bulbs and stuff. But
see, the crappy thing is like my house doesn't have lights. So like
yeah,
I literally have to place things around and make things.
I mean, you sort of have. Oh my gosh, I have an idea.
I think I know exactly what your idea is.
So remember when I jerry-rigged some lights for filming?
I do.
That's what I'm using now.
Yep.
My other ones that I actually bought for filming, and they were the small ones, those are just sitting at my grandma's. So I could just give you those. Or give you these and use those, because this is actually, I'm doing at a desk currently. But I do want to get more of a better setup if we're going to continue to do video. Because right now I've got like my printer over there. You can see the weird freaking basket with the puppy pads, and I mean my tree half set up over there, and my sink over. Like it's kind of awkward right now. So I need to get a better setup and figure out what I want to do too if we're going to continue video.
Yeah, I need to also figure out my thing because like my desk, you'll see my messy ass bedroom.
Yeah.
My table, you'll either see all the food, or actually no, I can move the food, and there would just be coffee cups and random whiskey glasses and shot glasses right there. That wouldn't be too bad.
My biggest issue is I keep wanting to look at the computer instead of looking at the webcam, so it doesn't look like I'm looking and talking to the people.
Yeah.
Especially now if I'm going to start pulling up my Google feed.
Yeah.
So let's
plus
skim over what we've mentioned the first time.
The other reason I don't have camera is because if my mouse friend shows up, I don't want you guys to see who he is.
Yeah, there's that.
So I want to protect his identity.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm just trying to be nice to him.
So
I'm gonna have to write down that Dora
Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
And her returning to being with Bray Wyatt. Makes me and from the audience reaction very happy.
See, I'm very excited as well, but I feel like way back at the beginning I was like, I don't know, which we had a discussion about this, and apparently I'm thinking of something completely different and not at all what happened.
Right.
Because I thought that she was with Bray before the Firefly Funhouse.
I'm going to be honest with you right now. I feel like when I go to check out the audio, I'm going to have a lot of echo from you going through my microphone, but I'm hoping that's not the case.
I don't hear any.
Well, I know you don't hear the echo because of the way that, well, I guess you would hear it if it came through, so maybe I'm good.
I would think I would hear it.
I mean, I do have, and I have been sitting, I bought it like a month ago, I feel like, I'll show it to the webcam. I bought an actual like legit microphone for this, and I've just because we've been recording through Anchor with our phones, I haven't had a chance to use it, and I've been when we tried Anchor in Riverside through my computer, the video and audio because we always had issues.
This so far so good actually.
Yeah, no, good. I'm tiny part of me, and I don't really have any wood to knock on near me, but I'm thinking it might still try to cut me off at 15 minutes.
Right. Hopefully not. We'll see.
No, I'll be very upset. Anyway, I If you think I should play them again, I will, but I'll just kind of go glaze over the information. Found on my phone. I don't remember how I found them. The audio recordings from when we were doing the voiceovers for the pizza challenge and the egg roulette challenge.
Oh my goodness, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
How many was that? Because I could still see when we did both of those things.
That goes back to like what we were mentioning last episode, like how skinny you were. You were so
God,
skinny back then. Like that's how long ago
small.
these were.
Bro, I was so small.
Which I'm very jumpy because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with everything. But I'm officially starting my diet. I've kind of half been doing my diet, but I'm officially starting it tomorrow. Keyword being tomorrow because I ended up. I'm currently drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I had one at the casino.
Mm-hmm.
And
I will say I did abstain from drinking. I forgot what time it was. Is the only reason I have this mellow yellow is I forgot what time it was.
You did come back from D&D like an hour later than usual.
It took so long because we usually so our church has a D&D campaign, which we run 2 sessions. We run like an adult session and like a youth session. His daughter usually does the youth session, and like our DM does the adult one. His daughter was sick today, so he combined all of our sessions and just had us do like a big battle royale.
Ooh, that sounds okay.
And which was cool, but we had to choose different characters. So like I got to be a fire elemental.
Okay.
Which was real fun.
It makes me think of Ina Sigyn.
Yes. Literally my favorite part was this guy tried to attack me and he hit me for like 60 some points of damage. And I was like, no, you better have that because I'm resistant to your damage. He's like, what? He's like, yeah. And then he's like, all right, well, it's halved. And then I was like, all right, here's a D10 for your fire damage. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you came within 5 feet of me, so you're on fire. So anybody who came within 5 feet of me and or hit me was on fire. And as everybody knows, it's 1d10 at the beginning of your turn for fire damage until you do something to put yourself out of fire.
Yeah.
And so I was just like there was 2 kids who just like they would not put themselves out. And so I just like at the beginning of their turns, I was like, all right, 10 points of fire damage. Like, how? And I'm like, because you're still on fire.
Yeah.
And then they would go and like attack somebody else, and then I would just keep rolling, and like I was just like slowly picking away at their health all the whole time.
Was it you that's part, or is the cleric, or no?
No.
Okay.
Nope, not even in this campaign. I'm not a cleric. I'm pure fighter, baby, which I don't play very often. I more like to play the sneaky rogue thief, but I was like, I don't want to be a fighter. Let's go.
This is not a good sign.
What?
I don't like this at all. This article is titled Triple H is, quote, purposely tanking Raw as WWE might be preparing for another huge change.
Oh, I wonder what the hell they're doing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What are we thinking?
Apparently, they want to get out of their deal with USA Network.
Oh. What?
Can wait. Contract to end and purposely presenting sub. Here's conspiracy theories revealed. So this is coming, I guess, from Vince Russo. So I'm not sure how to take it.
Yeah,
he said, I think they're purposely tanking the show. I am not joking. I'm not kidding around. When you look at the way they produce SmackDown compared to the way they produce the show, what players go on SmackDown, what players go on this show, I knew USA was not happy and they were getting very vocal. Um, that was on Raw. Well, I guess you did say it was a very boring show, other than the
Alexa Bliss
Alexa thing.
and the whole Bobby Lashley segment was kind of interesting. But again, like I turned it off. I only saw it after the fact.
That was another thing I wanted to mention. Bobby Lashley getting fired.
Yep. Those are the only two parts of Raw that I noticed.
I guess there was a. He says, especially Chris, when I saw Angle was on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
They're purposely tanking this. They're going to take Raw to a streaming service, and they're going to charge you monthly to watch.
So I hope they bring it to Peacock or something I already have, because I'm not paying to watch Raw.
I mean, if they make it good again, I don't know. I'm torn.
Well, honestly, so if Raw goes off USA and I'll just have SmackDown, I might consider canceling my YouTube TV because like those are the only things I watch.
Yeah.
You know, like that's it. That's all that I care about. And you know, like yes, I like having Dynamite, but I haven't even been watching that. And the only reason I'm watching Dynamite tomorrow is for MJF. Everything else, I'm just like, I don't even know what the heck's going on story-wise for anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, so I have an update, but not really an update on last week's episode.
Tack.
We're not saying a name.
I didn't say her name.
I don't know how editing works for this.
I didn't say her name.
Sort of. Anyway, I hope I can edit that out because either way.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It is close. You're right.
So while I don't think it's set in stone because of the way the wording's been used is kind of awkward, but I will see this as said coworker tomorrow.
Okay.
For 2 hours, I think.
Okay.
But I think we're supposed to be going on a date on Saturday.
Okay.
Originally, it was I had asked for the day off for a family Christmas, but it's like an extended family, and the only people I really talked to last year was my father, my grandmother, and Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
There was a weird interaction that I had with one of my cousins, Lexi.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally drew a smiley face on the top of my head with a pen.
Okay.
But other than that, I literally, like, it was just the general, hey, how you doing? You know, with all the relatives that you barely know.
Yeah.
So.
What am I doing Saturday? I don't know what I'm doing Saturday. I feel like I have something on Saturday.
I don't know.
Ow!
Stop, like, walking everywhere. You're, like, tippy-tapping and it's getting annoying. Do you have anything you have, Adele?
For news?
Yeah.
No, honestly, the year's winding down.
Do you want to bring up what we talked about in the first one about Riddle?
Oh, yeah, we can bring it up. So Riddle, the reason he was written off TV, he has failed his second drug test for WWE, which, from what I can tell, is this drug test is either you're going to rehab, they'll put you through rehab, or you're fired. And so he chose he'd go to rehab. So, but it also says that they are not testing anymore for marijuana. So now this kind of leads to, I wonder what he's doing.
Yeah. And my big thing is, like, they mentioned in his rivalry with Seth, like, Seth brought up, like, oh, you don't have a wife and kids, you know, they left you for you doing stupid stuff. So you would think that that would make him stop doing stupid stuff.
No, apparently not.
Yeah.
Which, like, he's so good in the ring, and like, oh, I got to tell my friend the other day that Matt Riddle used to do death matches, and she was like, that guy. I got to tell my friend that was like, like Matt Riddle used to do death matches. And she was like, that guy that looks like a surfer dude? I'm like, yep. And then I found the best part because she loves MJF, like loves MJF.
Former AEW star makes WWE debut.
Ooh. I don't even think I've told you this yet, man. So I found out that MJF did like a death match. Or at least like a super hardcore match for CZW. I don't know if it was a death match, but he was in CZW.
Which I don't know what you're doing, but you're
cutting
anything out again and doing the catch-up thing.
I'm not doing anything different.
I'm hoping it's the one time. We're at 16 minutes, so like we're not getting cut off at 15.
No, at least. Yeah, am I still doing it?
I mean, not so far, but you haven't been like doing full sentence.
That's so weird. Like I don't know why the heck I would be doing it. Like I've literally have not changed anything.
I think it seems like maybe what it is when you like start going and just like talking and like you yourself speed up, that like it seems like it has to catch up.
Yeah.
Because you were starting to talk a little bit faster than normal, trying to get, I don't know why you were trying to get that all out in one breath or something.
Like a dog.
Kylie Ray is who she was in AEW. And now she's going to be, I guess she worked the taping for main event before tonight's episode of Raw under a new name, Brianna Ray.
Brianna Ray, eh?
Which I guess is kind of backwards because I guess her real full name is Brianna Ray Sparry. So the Brianna Ray is R-A-Y, and her middle name is R-A-E. But that's like almost backwards of AEW normally uses real names, which is where WWE doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
That's very interesting, actually.
Yeah. I think I saw like a couple of matches with her in AEW, and she was okay. She's on my Pro Wrestling Simulator game, and she's only a 73, so I don't know. She's only a 73 overall.
Who else is supposed to be there?
There's a couple more names. I told you about it last week when we were in the store. That they were at NXT.
No. Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh.
I've got Sasha Banks, Carl Anderson, Kenny Omega, FTR are all supposed to be there.
Ricochet, or Shinsuke is supposed to be there.
Yeah. Oh, but because they were booked far, far in advance, they don't want to change it. That's part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Vince. Yeah, with Vince, I blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Interesting.
I saw a tweet today from somebody that said, like, I think this is the breath of fresh air we all needed. Welcome back, Vince. And I was like, what happened?
Showed up on the side here. It says, report Vince McMahon has told people he intends to return to WWE. New legal demands from alleged sexual assault victims surface.
He can't come back. He can't.
If he does, he better not be taken back over Triple H. Like, shit's, bro, I'm getting mad.
He can't.
Okay, report states people familiar with McMahon's comments said that McMahon claimed he received bad advice from people close to him at the time he decided to step down. He apparently now believes that the allegations and investigations would have blown over if he decided to stay. The report also brings forward demands from two women that McMahon is allegedly to have sexually assaulted. The lawyer for Rita Chatterton, a former WWE referee who has accused McMahon of assaulting her in 1986, sent a demand letter on November 3rd to his representative asking for $11.75 million in damages. The letter said that Chatterton has suffered years of ongoing depression, substance abuse, disordered eating, lost income, and overall a decreased quality of life due to the alleged rape. McMahon had continually denied Chatterton's allegations ever since she first accused him on TV in 1992. John Wisniewski, known as Greg the Hammer, told the Journal that Chatterton had told him about the allegations while the two were in the hotel parking lot together in the 1980s. Wineski said he didn't believe Chatterton at the time and still doesn't because he didn't think she was attractive enough for Mr. McMahon.
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
Wow!
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 Whoa! Wow! Anyway,
yeah, you're
Jesus.
no, that didn't happen. You're not hot enough.
In a separate situation,
Wow.
an email was sent to McDevitt in November by a lawyer from a former spa manager who was allegedly assaulted by McMahon in 2011. This incident hadn't been reported in the media until now. The former spa manager alleges McMahon assaulted her at a 5-star resort when WWE was in Southern California for an event in 2011. Allegedly, she told her spa manager or her husband what happened and tried to confront McMahon with a baseball bat, and he tried to confront McMahon with a baseball bat at the WWE event, but he was turned away. The woman's lawyer has reportedly been in contact with McMahon since at least July. He said he refuses to pay settlements to Chatterton and the spa manager after WWE conducted an investigation earlier this year and found that Vince McMahon had made payments that came up to $14.6 million, which should have been classed as company money, much of which was alleged to have been hush money payments to women. There's reportedly a board probe that seeks to assess damage caused by Mr. McMahon's secret pacts and determine whether legal action against him by the WWE board is warranted. He is still the controlling shareholder of WWE, despite having stepped down as CEO in July. His daughter Stephanie is now co-CEO alongside Nick Khan.
Wow.
Oh, wait, when was this published? 11 hours ago. According to this article at the bottom, the Vice was airing the documentary on Vince McMahon tonight at 9 on ET.
I did want to try to watch that at some point, so I'm gonna have to find where to watch that.
Yeah.
But damn, I just love the she's not hot enough.
Yeah,
that's fucked.
You should talk about. I know today is Tuesday, and we didn't mention that again. Now with the new recording. Normally we do record this on Thursday, and I get it up on Thursday night or Friday morning. We both are busy at our normal time to record and upload this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually, because of my exam schedule, I am going to be at work until 1 a.m.
Woo! And I am going to see Rodney Carrington, which I'm very excited for.
So being that today we are recording it on Tuesday, so technically tonight is NXT. But would you like to talk about what happened last week on NXT?
Oh, Deadline?
No. The is that what it was?
It was the weird match? Yeah.
Oh no, well that too. No, I was talking about the tag team titles.
No, the New Day, yeah. New Day are new tag team champions. NXT tag team champions, that is.
Very weird. I'm not a fan of the New Day. I'm somewhat a fan of Xavier Woods and Austin, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Because I know they're geeks, and they did, well, obviously it wasn't said on air, they do, because they've worn them in the past, they have, like, Power Rangers suits that they sometimes wear out to the ring. One for the Green Ranger, one for the White Ranger for Jason David Frank. And so after that, they did wear those out to the ring again. So, I'm a fan of that, but I'm not a fan of their shtick and their thing. Mm-hmm. But in general, I feel like I don't know how to feel about them being NXT tag champions. I'm assuming that they're doing like a like Dolph Ziggler did, just to try to like bring more,
try to help them out,
NXT kind of thing. Because I don't think they're gonna bring New Day back to NXT. That just sounds weird.
No, so like they've both kind of come out in interviews being like, yeah, I'm wanting to go back for a while just to kind of like help out the younger guys and like kind of get them in shape a little bit.
Mhm.
And so like them having the titles, I feel like is gonna be like, all right, let's see who's next to come up, kind of thing.
Unless, and you tell me if you think I'm wrong here, one of the changes that, well, no, because you told me the other day that HBK
Yeah.
Is basically, in charge of NXT by himself, basically.
Yeah.
My thought is maybe Triple H is going to try to more bring NXT, instead of being like a developmental, but bring it to be more of like a, I don't want to say equal,
Weekly
but closer to
yeah.
being equal, and kind of, have all three shows kind of be able to go
Mhm.
between.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, so if you haven't seen, Triple H and Shawn Michaels have not been in contact about NXT apparently for a few weeks now. And Triple H is kind of letting Shawn go for it and see what happens. I think that Shawn's doing a good job, and I really don't want it to be an equal show with Raw and SmackDown. I like it being like small, developmental, kind of indie style. I really like that. So I really hope it doesn't change for that. Like I feel like their takeover events are fine to have like a big thing because they are huge things. Like they're sometimes better than the pay-per-views themselves, whatever weekend they're going on.
Yeah.
Like which one was it? It was like they had like an NXT before, like a random like Money in the Bank or something, and I just remember going, NXT was way better than this. Like whatever like the big WWE pay-per-view was, like they had an NXT one, and I'm just like, this is so much better than what they're gonna put on tomorrow. And then the tomorrow came, and I was like, yeah, no, this NXT was better.
I don't know that I recall this, but
I feel like it was a Survivor Series, and they had like a NXT takeover something. That I was just like, I was super into NXT takeover, and I just didn't care about Survivor Series. But I do know that their January event's gonna be toured somewhere. I forget where it's going to be. I think it's going to be in the same time as Rumble is, which I can't think of right now. But
right.
oh, bro, that's
so
going to be such a long weekend.
So it is actually official about that, eh?
What, the NXT going to tour?
Sasha going to NGPW.
Oh, yep, looks like it. I've seen a bunch of reports that say she's done with WWE.
Apparently, she does actually have. Well, this is very awkward the way this article is set up, but okay. Yeah, no, I guess she wasn't happy with what WWE wanted to give her, so she's actually is apparently. I'm not. It made it sound like, yeah, no, she is in JPW now officially.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would appear so that she is just done. So, dang it! Now I really want to get Wrestle Kingdom. Because now she's gonna be there. What's his name's gonna be there? Shinsuke's gonna be there. FTR is gonna be there, which apparently they put out a tweet that was like they were gonna take some time off or something. I think you might have actually told me that. I don't remember how I found out, but
I don't know. So Mia Yim. Apparently she had some pictures that were unreleased, or there were unreleased outtakes from a photo shoot on WWE's website, which include a photo of Mia Yim hugging Austin Theory. Apparently, some people think this justified abusing Mia on social media, I guess because she's married to Keith Lee, and hugging another person while you're married is apparently a crime.
That's dumb. You can hug other people. and be married.
So she has now deleted her Twitter account.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not just a hug, though. That's a bit of a...
Is it a bit of a stretch?
I mean, it's an interesting photo. It's not terrible, but it's definitely... If I were in her husband's shoes, I probably wouldn't be comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like up on like legs wrapped around his waist kind of picture.
Mm.
I mean, they're in their wrestling gear, so they're not necessarily clothed. I mean, they still have clothes, but they're not clothed.
Right.
So it's a bit of a stretch. But I still, she still shouldn't be getting that much crap on.
That much, yeah, I agree.
To the point where she has to delete her Twitter.
Yeah, people are freaking mean, dude. Like, seriously. Like, who also... Scotty Too Hottie deleted his Twitter because people were too harsh on him. Because he put out something like because intergender's becoming a thing, intergender wrestling, right? And he was like, hey, I have a 21-year-old daughter. If you're going to try to book me in an intergender match, just don't do it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. Like, that's basically what he said. It's like, he wasn't bashing it. He's like, if you want to do it, you can do it. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. People bullied the shit out of him until he's like, all right, screw it, I'm done. He's left Twitter.
Who used to be in the tag team Sanity?
Sanity. I don't remember. Was that... No, that was it Homicide and somebody? I don't remember.
Well, let's find out. WWE Sanity members. Perfect. Oh. Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, Killian Dane, Sawyer Fulton, and Nikki Cross.
Oh, okay.
Killian Dane, that's her husband that I've been wanting him and what's his face to come back. Because apparently on Instasnap, Twitter, something.
Instabook.
One of the Snap, I can't figure out what app that is, but Nikki hinted at Sanity possibly returning.
Because I know Eric Young is looking.
Apparently, it's been previously reported that Eric Young was potentially returning.
Yep, it looks like he is, because he was killed off on Impact.
Okay.
Like, literally killed off. He was stabbed to death.
Okay.
From what I read, and I don't quote me on it. I don't know if it's true, but I read that he was stabbed to death on Impact.
That's stressful.
So, and again, I really hope that's not true. I really wanted to look into it before it got brought up, but I didn't get to, and I really hope it's real, but at the same time, I hope it's not.
Okay, so I have pulled up from my Google feed an article that involves Dave Ramsey. So before I get into the article, I believe I vaguely mentioned that one of my classes is a Dave Ramsey class. And the final exam is actually on Thursday for that class, which is, again, why my schedule is the way it is, because that exam is from 3 o'clock until 4:50, I think, is when it's scheduled. Hopefully it doesn't take that long.
It's a short-ass exam.
Bro, I took today's exam in 40 minutes.
I'm saying I've had an exam time that was 3 hours.
I was one of the last people to leave. And it took me 40 minutes.
Oh, no, I'm not saying you won't take it in that long, but I've had exams slots that were literally 3 hours long. So for me, like an hour 50, I'm like, oh, it's not terrible.
Yeah. And again, this is my Dave Ramsey class, which I've been. Well, some of his questions are on weird stuff that he teaches in class, which I'll be completely honest, I don't really like to pay attention to him in class because he has gone against some of the things Dave Ramsey said that I think are pretty pertinent to follow if you want to become rich. Like, sure, it might be different for certain people, but like he went up against, and I know, especially for someone like you, like maybe for certain people, sure, but for someone like you, the amount of money that you spend on coffee, or like, because like you had a time like in school and whatnot too, that you literally got coffee every single day.
Yes.
And that was one of the things like Dave Ramsey's like, maybe cut down on the coffee and you'll save a lot more money. And
I truly can say that's true.
My teacher is like, you can go ahead and still buy your coffee every day. I'm like, bitch, I know for a fact if you go to Starbucks every single day, like the amount of money that you're spending.
I'll say I like just quick mathematics. Let's just say, even though they were more expensive, but just for like state of argument, I spent $5 on coffee every day, right? For a week.
Yeah.
That's sorry, I math. It's 25.
Yeah.
Oh, it's $25 a week. I'm at least saving that.
That's $100 a month, right?
That's $100 a month.
Like,
so the sad part is when you were talking about that, the math completely worked out in my brain, and I was like, oh, it's $100 a month. And then as soon as I started like saying it, I was like, wait, these are not the right. I was like, it is though. It was just here.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I did got to get back on so today, literally today, now that I'm going to start having more money or more time, as of last Friday, I finally got step 1 done. I have my $1,000 emergency fund. I got to talk to the bank possibly at some point soon about getting that switched to a money market mutual fund and make sure I can still add to it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But so I have redone my debt snowball assignment that we did earlier in the year. Now that I've got money figured out and I've figured more stuff out, which I'm going to have to change once I forgot to do it again today, but I still need to get a hold of, try to figure out if I can get a lawyer to get my other thing dealt with. But I redid my debt snowball, got that figured out, trying to get my money situated. But anyway, this article that I popped up, Dave Ramsey says this is the worst thing you could spend your money on if you're trying to save.
Whores.
Vacation. Now, the article itself, let's see, what is it? It's called fool.com, I guess.
Oh, that's a good name for a reputable website. Keep going.
The article says Ramsey's advice may not be correct on this issue, though, as studies have shown that paying for experiences make consumers happier than buying physical items.
I would agree with that. In a lot of different situations, I'd rather go somewhere and like have an experience than just buy something.
WB. What?
Yes.
I don't know that counts as a vacation, though. That's more of like going to a concert kind of situation. Unless you're going
it can be like WrestleMania week. That's a vacation.
Yeah. As long as I feel like, depending on where your seats are too, but like you'd have to have some time to freaking either maybe even just go meet the people or to sit.
Oh yeah, you got to get like all access passes.
Something. Got to have some time just to actually relax, because that's part of a vacation.
Right. No, see, I agree. Like you should maybe spend less on vacations, but I still feel like we can't just stop taking vacations because it'll save money.
Well, and that's the thing is like, so I'm not sure I should still reveal my job yet, but the way my job pay works, I get tips. So what I've been doing is keeping the cash in my wallet, and I either use it for gas when I need the gas, or if I get food that I wasn't originally planning on, I'll use money out of that. But anytime I get change, I've been putting the change in like one of those big giant Coca-Cola banks.
Yeah.
And that is all being saved for Royal Rumble or WrestleMania week or whatever.
Yep.
And that thing's already freaking heavy.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long it's going to take to save. I don't know. Because obviously we're not going to Royal Rumble this year. That's just not going to happen, I don't think.
No. Plus, I have that whole freaking thing that weekend.
What? Oh, is that? That's right. That is that weekend.
I'm going to hate everything.
WrestleMania week is going to be a crap ton more expensive than just going to Rumble, though.
Yeah, it is.
Because you said if you do that, you want to go to the.
I'm going to want to do everything.
And then the following Raw.
I feel like at least I want to do one day of Access, at least the Hall of Fame. I can skip SmackDown.
I definitely need to meet Bayley. 110%. No ifs, ands, or buts. I missed out on meeting Jason David Frank. I need to meet Bayley.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm a little bit upset that I didn't go on Saturday. But
yeah, we should have.
My Dave Ramsey thing, I just couldn't make it work.
We should have, but it's good. It's good for both of our wallets. We didn't go.
Yeah, but I need to meet Bayley. That is 110% my new. I don't mean for it to sound bad, but like she's my new Jason David Frank. And she's number one on my I need to meet before I die list.
Mm-hmm. I want to meet Mrs. Butterworth.
Well, that's the pie. No.
I was trying to think of the syrup lady.
Oh man.
Wait, no, she's not the syrup lady anymore, is she?
No, I think that's Aunt Jemima that was the one that got canceled or whatever.
Isn't she the syrup lady?
Yeah, Miss Butterworth.
Okay. Miss Butterworth is not the syrup lady. I know that. I was trying to think of like the because I didn't want to say Mrs. Butterworth. I wanted to say Aunt Jemima.
Oh, they're both. Or no, Aunt Jemima I think was the pancake. Or no, they're both syrup. They're both syrup.
Are they both syrup?
Yes.
Wow, this blew my
mind.
mind.
I wanted to say one of them was the pancakes themselves, but I think they're both syrup.
I think you're right. Wow.
All right, well, so no, I feel again. I think part of it's because of the new setup, so I'm not used to it. I was mentioning earlier about starting my diet officially tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I did my shopping for it today.
Okay.
I spent a lot more than I thought I was going to. So I stopped at the first store, the actual like fruit and vegetable market, and I didn't find a lot, and my total was only like $20. And I'm like, oh, this might not be too bad. Not thinking about how much how little I actually got.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the other store, albeit I did get more of my Christmas shopping done. I got my dad's and my Secret Santa thing for work. But my total there was like 122 or something. I'm like, ugh.
Dang, yep.
But I've got kiwis, I got a mango, I got a decent amount of watermelon, 2 things of strawberries, blueberries, oranges. I got like 4 bags of apples because most of my recipes want apples. What were some of the weird things I got? Oh, I almost bought, but I didn't know any recipes for it, and now I need to look for recipes for it now that I know I can find them. Mm-hmm. They had a freaking dragon fruit. I've never tried dragon fruit. I've always been curious. And the guy was literally stocking them as I was there. I'm like, what is that? I want one.
Yeah, I kind of want one. It looks
cool, and the name is cool. So like, I need to figure something out and try it and maybe put
I'm sure there's so many recipes with dragon fruits.
What were some of the other weird things that I picked up? Give me 2 seconds. Let me grab my list.
Well, while he's doing that, I will talk about Mrs. Butterworth, the only syrup game in town. No, I will actually talk about. You can follow both of our link trees in the description of this podcast. And
grapes and cantaloupe. I said a mango, I think. Lemons, limes, kiwis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my doggo. He's poking his head. Say hi, doggo.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Um,
Podcast is sponsored by Watermelon.
no, I actually got a decent amount of watermelon.
Eat the water, feel the melon. Watermelon.
Say hi to the people. Hello.
Huh?
What?
It's like, what are you doing?
The doggo wanted attention.
No, like when you lifted him up, I just heard him go. Huh?
Oh.
It's kind of like my dog when like ever you hold her, she just goes. Huh, huh, huh. Like, oh yeah, it's so much work to be helped. No, Scout.
Oh, Scout.
Scout, whatever you pick her up.
Sometimes I forget about Scout.
I do too.
Not to bring up bad memories per se, but what was that seeing eye dog or whatever that you guys had for a short period of time?
That wasn't Oreo. That was Zoe.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. She was a freak show. I hope she's helping somebody though. Actually, I think she is. I think we got a letter saying that she passed.
Okay, that's cool.
Like, even though we didn't finish training her, I think like they still like sent us something that was like, hey, she passed her training. She's gonna help somebody.
That's awesome.
But no, I can't forget about Scout, especially whenever I go over there, because she is the perfect height. When she jumps, she nails me in the nuts every time.
Ooh.
Every single time.
That's stressful.
Like, it's not like it's funny, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
Because I laugh because it's like every damn time, like you never miss. It's like you're going for it.
Yeah.
Just like with one of her paws, just bam, and I'm like, shit.
Oh, that reminds me. Okay. I don't know if this is the place to necessarily talk to you about it.
Probably not, if you have to say that, but
I found. So, as a Christian, we're both Christians.
Yes, we are.
I don't think. Again, I will admit I'm not good for like reading through the Bible. I've never really read through the entire Bible. I was going to at one point do like a Bible study, I think, with Hannah, and like things just didn't end up happening. And like I think we started one time, but we didn't get very far or anything. But Jesus, or I think even then, I don't think it was. So. Jesus' name is not Jesus.
Okay. Did
you not know this?
No.
It got changed in, I want to say, what was it, 383 AD?
Okay.
Which is funny because in the Bible it talks about, again, I guess I haven't really done my research on this one in particular, but there's a lot of the comments that agree or whatever. But I guess his name, there's just like three different pronunciations to it. It's Yahshua, Yahweh. What was the other pronunciation?
I feel like those all mean different things, though. Like, I feel like Yahweh meant something. Because I remember hearing a sermon about Yahweh, and it was like a definition.
Well, here, you know what? Let's get rid of this Dave Ramsey article and look up Jesus' real name and see what comes up.
If Craig Christ pops up, I'm gonna lose my mind.
If what?
It's a song. Never mind. I'm going to hell for it.
So the Hebrew name
is Yahweh.
Is Yeshua.
Yep.
Which it means salvation.
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of. Because, like, I remember hearing a whole thing about Yahweh and whatever, and it meant, like, it was, like, a definition for something.
So that's his Hebrew name. It's like calling the Messiah the name of the Greek god Zeus. So yes, indeed, Yeshua is the Hebrew name for Jesus. The English spelling of Yeshua is Joshua. However, when translated from Hebrew into Greek, in which the New Testament was written, the name Yeshua became the English spelling for that is Jesus. Joshua and Jesus are the same names.
Interesting.
One name is translated from Hebrew into English, the other from Greek into English.
Interesting.
It is also interesting to note that the names Joshua and Isaiah are essentially the same names as Yeshua in Hebrew. They mean Savior and the salvation of the Lord. Given this, how translation factors into this debate, must we call Jesus Yeshua? Think of it this way. Words for the same object are said differently across languages. While the dialect changes, the object itself does not. In the same way, we can refer to Jesus by different names without changing his nature. The names for him all mean the Lord is salvation. In short, those who insist we exclusively call Jesus Christ Yeshua are overlooking the fact that how the Messiah's name is translated is not essential to salvation.
It's true. I did not know that. That's very cool. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, actually. That being said, I'm going to have to miss Christmas Eve rehearsal and Sunday morning rehearsal for Thursday.
Why?
Because I'm going to Rodney.
Oh, right.
I have to miss both of them.
So, do we have anything else that we need to bring up or that we wanted to bring up or that we should bring up?
I don't think so. I think I don't have anything. The year's really winding down. Next week we should do.
We talked. We wanted to try to do a year wrap up on our
podcast. So next week or the week after.
Yeah, so I definitely have to plan out something and actually write things out and look into music and.
Yeah, I'm gonna write me a little script,
movies and stuff. Oh, so for those who, again, you said you got your thing taken care of.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say that, especially now if this is gonna start going on YouTube. I guess, which I haven't even heard about it until today. AOC, I guess. I don't know I don't know all the details about it, but I guess basically the short version, she had a movie that was in theaters and it bombed. Like, I guess they, between the amount of theaters it was in and how much money it made, it averaged $81 per theater.
That's not good. Even the vomit core movies did better than that, I feel like.
Oh man, that's like
that's depressing.
I don't know what the movie was about. I just know that AOC was like heavily either made it or was in it or narrated.
Speaking of movies, do you still have Pure Flakes?
I get emails and stuff still. I don't have it right now. I've been wanting it in the future.
Well, if you get it back, you should let me know when you get it back, because there's a movie I gotta watch.
One of these times, because I know it's not on there all the time, but that new God's Not Dead, like the 5th one or 4th one, whatever the heck it is now.
There's like 12 of them by now, I feel like.
They put it on there every so often, and so I need to pay attention to the next time they put it on there, and I need to get it for like another week or something, just so I can watch that.
I need to watch. There's a Christian version of Saw.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What is that?
And I need to see it.
I need to figure out a different thing with my webcam because I feel like I'm not looking. Anyway,
so I've watched the trailer. The trailer is absolutely astounding. It is. He puts him in this trap to get him to repent and accept Jesus. And it's going to be a fantastic show. I'll send you the trailer. It's like all these girls like wanted to have like abortions or whatever, and they lock them in this place and they're like, you're not leaving until you have your baby. And I can't stop laughing about it, and it's terrible, but I can't. All I know is I really need to see this movie.
Oh, that sounds stressful.
It's gonna be great.
All right. One last thing that I found at the end of my Google feed, I finally just finished scrolling through it. If he gets a character change, I'll be okay with it.
Okay.
Apparently, Cameron Grimes is supposed to come up to main roster.
I don't even honestly know his character right now.
I can't. Most of Cameron Grimes' characters I couldn't stand.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like there was one time for a short period of time when I was watching NXT forever ago that I liked it, but and I guess it's possible he's changed too since why can't I think of his name? HBK, what's his name?
Shawn Michaels.
Thank you. Since Shawn Michaels basically took over, I don't know if his character has changed because I haven't watched since. But the last character he had was like I think he had just lost his like country gimmick, and he became like to an extent like Happy Corbin, and just he had like got a bunch of money through the stocks, and he was super rich and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I want to start watching NXT. I really, really do, but I can't get into the weekly show. Like, I love the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Or premium live events.
Did you want to talk about that match type real quick? Because I know you brought it up earlier.
I'll bring it up for a second. Honestly, it seemed really weird, convoluted on paper, and then I got the premise explained to me really good through Twitter. Because I asked if I was stupid or does this not make any sense, and then I just basically got called out. Because they were like, it's easy. It literally says.
What was the name of the match?
So it's the Iron Survivor Challenge.
Okay.
So essentially, from what I can understand, the rules are number 1 and number 2 have 5 minutes, and each time 5 minutes go by, a new competitor comes in, and you have to get the most pinfalls within 25 minutes. And if you get pinned, you get put into the penalty box for 90 seconds. And then you can come back out.
Which, like you said, on paper, that sounds terrible. Because the people who started have a huge advantage over...
But then you factor in the penalty box. And, like, that takes out another 90 seconds. Like, if you're first and you get thrown in the penalty box a crap ton.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of... Okay.
Which... And the tweet literally said, like, it's simple. And then, like, they explained it. And I was like, oh, apparently I'm stupid. But actually watching it in practice was super cool. Not going to lie.
Okay.
I liked every second of it.
All right.
But there seems like a really good spot to end.
Yes, it does.
Unless you have anything else, because I need to go to sleep because I have work and it is late.
Yeah, well, because we had issues trying to get it to record.
Yeah, and whose fault was that?
Most of it was you, though. Most of the time, it's usually me. This time, it was you for once.
Yeah. Isn't it fun being on the other end, like not having to...
I was getting a little frustrated, not gonna lie. But
I just don't like... So I did figure out what the heck I need to do, so...
Are you willing to share what that was?
Yeah. So essentially, I needed to change my microphone output to a different microphone entirely.
Okay.
So I'm actually talking on my phone's mic this week until I get something else.
Okay.
Whoa. So, go ahead.
Nope. I had a thing happen to my body that I didn't like, so I just said whoa.
Oh. So yeah, I had to completely switch my output to something else in my input. Thankfully, it's still in my headphones because then it would just feel like a weird speaker phone call, and I don't want that.
Right.
But yeah, and then I had to reset my internet. I refreshed the page. I thought about resetting my phone.
Okay.
If I didn't do it earlier today, I would have. But
right.
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Hopefully, actually for once, rather than listening. Hopefully, thanks for watching. And I do find it kind of funny if that's actually the case, because again, I just mentioned Yeshua and Joshua for like the Jesus thing. And that's part of why I want to get video, because that's how our friend Joshua said was the only way he'd be able to listen or watch is through YouTube. So it'd be really funny if this is our first episode going up and we just happen to mention that.
Yes, that would be. Are we going to create a whole new channel for this?
That's a good question. Probably should.
I was going to say we probably should.
It'd be very stressful, but probably should.
We honestly probably should.
Want to bring Life and Drumming back? See if I can get the thing for Life and Drumming.
The URL back?
No, it'd have to be. I feel like it'd have to be a completely new thing.
Life and podcasting? No.
You know. No, we already have the name What's Up because we took it from our thing and I got the cool logo. Actually, I don't. So that's what one of the things I did when I purchased this is I added our logo to the corner. I got rid of their watermark and I was able to throw our logo in the corner.
That's fine.
So our logo is actually in the corner.
Because I think we can also like stream this, couldn't we? Doesn't it say?
Yeah. But
if
we
wanted
we can't do it to Spotify. So we could do it to YouTube, and then I wouldn't have to bother uploading it to YouTube. It'd be straight there.
However,
if we had issues of something that needed to be edited out,
well,
I feel like you're half right. I feel like you didn't really say it, so I feel like I could. If I can't edit it, I'll be fine.
Because I was talking about an Invader Zim character.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was.
Anyway, thanks for watching, listening, whatever you kids do now.
Ooh.
No. Thanks for watching, listening.
Please like, comment, and subscribe, whatever you kids do nowadays. Follow our link trees, which will hopefully be in the description. And comment and like and share and whatever you kids do. And we'll see y'all on the next one.